Welcome to LeapGround, the YouTube channel dedicated to disabled entrepreneurs. I am enthralled for our guest today. I'm not going to introduce him fully. I'm going to let him do his introductions himself. But today we have Rich Hopkins, who is a professional speaker and has a couple of businesses that are related to his whole experience around public speaking. I also wanted to hear about his family life and, of course, his disability to inspire all the disabled entrepreneurs out there to be able to glean inspiration and dedication from Rich's story. Welcome, Rich Hopkins.
Hey,
Hello.
it's great to be here. Thank you, Kat.
I am excited, sir. I am going to let you do your own introduction. How would you like to tell all our audience about your background? You can choose personal stuff, family stuff, disability stuff, entrepreneurial stuff. The floor is yours.
Well, I'm Rich Hopkins, and probably the biggest part of my identity is the fact that I've been married for almost 25 years. My wife, Christy, and I have 6 kids. Through that 25 years, I have also been in Toastmasters, which has led to a lot of different speaking opportunities and coaching opportunities. It, Basically, it's all worked together to bring me to a spot where Kat thought I was okay enough to interview and be here today.
I love the okay enough. I was excited to interview you specifically, Rich, because you're such a seasoned speaker. I could not wait to do this because communication is such an important piece of entrepreneurship, but I don't think people realize just how big it is. So, shall we start, sir? I have a couple of questions for you.
I have a couple of answers for you.
I cannot wait. All throughout your social media, your websites, your Facebook posts, and even your hashtags, you reference the win anyway philosophy. What motivated you to even start it and embody the win anyway structure and philosophy in your life?
But winning anyway is something that I've always lived by, but I didn't really realize it. Coming up with win anyway as a concept happened, I think it was about 2011, as I was sitting waiting to go to court over a speeding ticket. Big, long wait. And I've got my notebook with me and I'm busy thinking, I really need to have some sort of brand, some sort of phrase that people can know me by. So I'm sitting there and I'm writing things out and I'm writing who I am, kind of the stories that have defined my life at that point. And it really came down to no matter what, I was always looking for the good side, always looking for the victory, not letting the world stop me from trying to move forward and do what I wanted to do and be who I wanted to be. And win anyway just kind of came into my head as the phrase. And so when I looked back, it applied to so many different aspects of my life. And now it's something that I try to make sure I'm very consciously applying as I move forward.
That's incredible because what you're saying is that you have applied a mindset of winning anyway, no matter what the circumstances are. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
What you're saying then is that this is a game of mental resilience and a matter of perspective.
Right. You have to, and part of it for me at that point was my having to define it, kind of construct it backwards as to what winning anyway really meant. What was I doing all of those years that made me feel like winning anyway was what made me who I am and what could make me who I want to be. And it really came down to being someone who takes a look at where he is. I mean, that's what I've always done. It's like, okay, here I am. This is where I wanted to be. I'm not quite where I wanted to be yet, but I was here. I am here now. I want to get there, but should I be upset that I'm not there yet? Because if I spend my life in that upset situation, in that feeling of being a failure, which is what the world will tell you, that if you until you've achieved something that you've set out to achieve, you're failing. If I stay here, I'm not going to be able to build the momentum I need to get here at all.
Rich,
So
thank you.
the key aspect of it for me is celebration. You need to celebrate the progress you've made, even if you haven't gotten to where you want to be yet. The world will tell you you can't celebrate, that you need to celebrate. I needed to celebrate, even though I hadn't completely achieved everything I wanted to achieve. Because if I stayed here and didn't celebrate, I wouldn't go anywhere. My self esteem would go down, my momentum would halt. Celebration pushes you forward, gets you in the right mood to then do the next step, which is kind of recalibrate. What do I want to do? How do I want to do it? I'm not going to do these things that didn't work. I'm going to try these things instead. Figure out how you're going to go after it yet again, or maybe it doesn't matter as much anymore. You have something more important to go after. It's all part of recalibrating. And then, of course, go after it, take action, and make it happen.
That is so good on so many points. Number one is no matter what your situation is in life, it's really about setting basically a win and looking at the glass as half full rather than half empty, but not actually taking a stance of giving up. What you're saying is actually recalibrating, learning from the lessons, and keeping the momentum going because you're winning anyway.
Right.